I went to beauty school for a year. And like 6 months in, I think that's when I made my first song. Like it just kind of like all happened and stuff. And then while I was in beauty school, that's when I was discovering one of my first producers found me. His name's Cass. Like he got me in his studio, and then like I started recording. When I write, no matter what, if it's like a hype song, if it sounds like a little like pop song, I'm writing bars. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm definitely landing punchlines and landing all of that stuff. And I don't think people like actually listen to that, to women, when they're actually saying. I think now that I'm an adult, I think my whole family, including my mom, like we all got way closer for sure. And like now we're kind of like women, like, you know, like we watch out for each other and stuff. And I think like we got a lot closer, me and my sisters, my brother too.
Mile High Minute, #1 blog in the universe. Today, we get a very special guest sit down with one of the top Latin female artists in the game right now, Krystall Poppin. What's the word? How you doing?
Poppin', baby. What's poppin', Denver? Glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yes, man. Appreciate you for coming on the show.
Of course, of course. I want to really tap in with Denver, so, you know, let's do it.
This is, how many times you been here?
I've been here maybe 3-4 times.
Okay.
For different reasons. But this past time was really fun. Like, this was like my show, you know what I mean? Like, I headlined. People came out. It was like actually fans, like, you know, that watch my music and stuff. So it was a cool vibe. It was different. The whole crowd was rocking with me. I really liked that, you know? So it's always scary to go to a different city, you know, and do a show and headline a show, because you don't know what it's out there, like the listeners or anything like that. So to see it in person, like people that actually listen to the music were there, like that was really, really cool.
That's awesome. So the other times you were like opening, or you were?
Yeah. So the first couple times I was here with GT Garza, and he was doing his tour and shows like that, and I would open up for him, and it was always love. I remember having a really good show here with him one time. I forgot the venue, but it was so cool. And I just remember like Denver having a lot of love. Colorado Springs too, showing a lot of love for sure to us. So I definitely want to be coming back.
But this was your first headlining, you said, right?
Yeah, basically, for sure.
No, I seen that. I noticed like some lady had like a doll or something. Was that a gift for you, or was that like your doll? Or?
So let me tell you. So I have this community on YouTube, and we meet every Tuesday, and I go live with them. And what I did one time was, because I love unicorns, right? Yeah. So one time on live, I was like, you know what I'm saying? And I was painting a unicorn. I was just painting it, and I would paint it with them and stuff, and we'd talk, and they'd tell me what color they wanted me to paint it and everything. And once it was finished, I was like, well, look what we made. And then I had just got the idea. I was like, I think it would be really cool if one of you guys had this. You know what I mean? Like, you guys helped me paint it. I think we should give it away. So I did a little like giveaway on my live, and the person who came through that had it, she was the one that won.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay, that's
I sent it to her, so she had it. So she brought it to the show, and it tripped me out because I saw it. I was like, oh my god! I was like, it made it back to me. You know, it's so crazy. I was holding it in my hands again. I never thought I would see it again. Right. And so then what I did was I signed it and I put the date, and I was like, every time you come to my show, bring her, and I'll do a new signature and a new date on it.
That's dope.
So it was really cool.
Hell yeah. So, you know, coming to Denver, obviously you're from Texas, El Paso originally, right?
Yeah.
What's that been like, just coming out of El Paso? I feel like when you normally hear about Texas rappers, it's Houston, Dallas, even Fort Worth, maybe Austin, but El Paso, that's dope.
Yeah.
Talk about that a little bit.
It's cool because I feel like a lot of times people leave El Paso out of the conversation, you know what I mean? Right. And of course it's the big cities, you know, Houston being one of the biggest for hip hop for sure. Right. And I just love that I have been able to tap into all these cities in Texas and kind of let them know, like, El Paso got they got one, you know, like I'm here representing as much as I can because I want everyone to know, like, El Paso is a special place and we are part of Texas. Like, some people try to take our Texas card for some reason, like, oh, you're not even part of Texas. Like, boy, we are Texas. Yeah, just because we're on the border or because we're far from these big cities, I feel like people don't give us the credit of being in Texas, and I don't agree with that, because where else are we going to claim? Like, where else are we supposed to be from? We're in Texas, you know what I mean? So it is what it is, but we definitely have a different flavor, I noticed, from like a lot of other like Central Texas areas and stuff. So
It's
cool. It's unique.
So it's on the border of Mexico. Is it pretty close to New Mexico too, though?
Yeah, for sure. It's right there. It's like the sister city, Las Cruces, is like 30 minutes.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, because I'm big on like college sports. I know New Mexico State, right? UTEP. UTEP's in El Paso.
El Paso, yeah.
Are people big on UTEP out there?
For sure. I mean, it's mostly UTEP, people out there, but there is a blend of like New Mexico students as well. Like, cause I even went to New Mexico State for a little while. Like, you know what I mean? When I first started college, I was driving from El Paso to New Mexico every day. So a lot of people do that for sure. But I mean, it's mostly UTEP people.
So I started by saying Colorado.
Oh man.
I feel bad.
Yeah, bro. I don't know.
I thought y'all was Texas, but now I'm like,
no, we're Texas. But I mean, I definitely, the New Mexico, Las Cruces culture is a part of us as well because we're so close. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like that out here with like, if you go up to like Fort Collins, it's kind of close to Wyoming.
Okay.
Or Greeley, so it's like
Greeley. I actually did a show in Greeley.
Yeah, Greeley's big with like a lot of Latin culture up there too. Pueblo, Springs, all that.
That's dope. Yeah, I think I've even been to Pueblo. Like,
in all the markets out here.
For sure, but I need to do more. Like, I want to be like frequent.
Right. So, would you say you're the greatest hip hop artist come out of El Paso?
Period.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not that tuned in. So from the outside looking in, I would say so. But
I just feel that because I don't really pay attention to what anyone else got going on. Not that it matters to me. Like, all I care about is what I'm doing, and all I know is I'm waking up every single day and working my ass off for this. I do. This is all I do. This is how I make a living. Yeah.
And I noticed last night too, you kept bringing up El Paso, which I respected. But you were also showing love to Denver, which was cool. But like, I feel like a lot of times artists from a quote unquote smaller city might be like, oh, I'm gonna shy away from representing my town or my city. You know what I'm saying? But I like that you embrace it and you're like, no, like, this is what
and that's definitely something, that happens a lot for sure, where people like might not want to claim their town because it's not like a major city or whatever. And I just felt really early on in my career, like, you know what, who's gonna shout us out if I don't, you know? And this has been like since I started. And I just always felt like, if I make it big, if I work hard, like, I want to be known to be from El Paso, for sure.
That's dope. Okay. What do you think is one thing that like women in hip hop aren't getting enough credit for?
I think women in hip hop don't get enough credit when they're actually dope at writing bars. You know what I mean? I feel like I can make a song and it could sound like just like a cool vibe for the club or like a little turn up song. It might have a little like girly twist on it. Yeah. And just because of that, people don't actually listen to the words. And I'm the type of person that when I write, no matter what, if it's like a hype song, if it sounds like a little like pop song, I'm writing bars. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm definitely landing punchlines and landing all of that stuff. And I don't think people like actually listen to that, to women, when they're actually saying something. So I noticed that a lot for sure. Like, I got a song called Champions with Paul Wall, and that song is just like, it just sounds like okay, it's a little turn up song. Right. Every single line is a bar, even the hook, you know what I mean? Like, if you really break down what I'm doing in that song, like, it's like bar after bar. Yeah. And people don't, I think just because they see it's like, it's a hype song, whatever, like, they don't give it the chance, especially because I'm a female.
Right. And I like they say that too, because I'm not gonna lie, like, I went and listened to your catalog last night, and like, before I listened to it, I was kind of assuming, I was like, oh, she's probably got like the regular turn up songs, right? Yeah. But then I'm listening, I'm like, damn, she really got bars, like, she's spitting. And then you're versatile. I noticed you almost some kind of EDM pop vibes in there too. So I was like, okay, I see what you're saying, like, by the bars and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially when you think of like, I guess mainstream female rappers, it do be like a lot of
like fluff,
and that's not bad either.
Right, it's not bad.
But I see what you're saying.
It's cool. There's a place for that. I guess my idea is like, I want to answer those spaces with substance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I'm definitely aiming for.
No, that makes sense. What's like a song you've written? Well, real quick, when you write, do you actually write your bars like on the phone? You type?
It depends on my situation. Sometimes I'll be like at a park with a notebook, you know what I mean? But like my favorite way to write is in my studio in my room, like with like a cup of coffee and like I got like my whole little like vibes and lights on and stuff, and I'm just on my laptop like playing a beat, getting in my vibe alone. You know, that's like my favorite way to write.
So you have your own like home studio?
Yeah, for sure.
That's dope. Okay, so what's one song you've written that, you know, made you step back and be like, yeah, I'm her, like this?
I'm her. You know what? It's funny because I feel like I've always felt that, like from day one. But me now looking back and listening, I can see how much I needed to grow still. You know what I mean? But it's crazy because like from day one, I always felt that.
So there wasn't like a song you would say. What about a moment that like stuck out to you that made you feel like you could
early on, it was like my first song ever that I ever made, and then it was like my first show ever, and I went on stage and I performed my first song, and then like the crowd got hyped. And that's what I was like, ooh, like, nah, let's go. Like, this is it. You know what I mean?
So when you got that response.
First song, first show. That's when I felt that, you know?
When was that, if you don't mind? Or do you remember the venue or anything?
It was at, I think, the Percolator. That's what it's called. Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? It's a crazy name. It's because it was like a coffee shop bar.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's like that vibe. But it was a Percolator. Very early venue in El Paso. And it was like 2014.
Okay, so you've been at it for a minute.
Yeah, man. I've been working for a long time.
Hell yeah. That's funny, the Percolator. Knock it.
Yeah.
Okay. What would you? Okay, let's do a Mount Rushmore of Texas hip hop artists. We'll go all time and current.
Okay, all time. I'm gonna put UGK up there. I'm gonna put them on one for sure. I'm gonna put Scarface. I'm gonna put my boy GT Garza for sure. Like, I think GT is my top 5 in like overall. Like, he's someone I look up to. Every time I listen to G, it's like I learn something. He writes bars. He taught me a lot about bars and how to write structure and everything. Like, G is someone that I feel is like one of my goats for real. Another one is Zero. I with Zero because I really do feel like he was able to capture his fan base, you know, in Houston, Texas, and like he lived how he wants. You know what I mean? Like he's famous, he does his thing, but he keeps it low key. He likes it low key, you know. But he's gangsta. Like sometimes I'll just be jamming Zero, and I'm just like, damn, bro, like you really made it out, you know. Who else? There's a lot that I'm gonna like miss out on, you know what I'm saying? But I guess another one would be like I want to shout out, it's like between Slim Thug, Paul Wall for sure, Paul Wall. But it's like there's Paul, there's Slim Thug, there's Meg Thee Stallion, even like shouting out Meg, you know what I mean? Like there's so many legendary rappers from Texas that Lil Kiki, you know what I mean? There's so many that it's like
don't forget.
Yeah, bro, for sure.
That's real.
Yeah.
So obviously, like
Slim Thug.
Okay, Slim Thug.
You know,
I feel like there's been a wave of female artists really like starting to dominate over the past couple of years.
Yeah.
What do you think is to that? Like, what's in the water? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's making it? I guess I don't want to say easy, but just like easier for people to gravitate towards y'all's music, because I feel like it was harder back then, you know what I'm saying? So
I think now more women are trying it. You know, I think back then it was more men, and then sometimes women would like do it, which I mean, I'm just saying there are many women who have done it in the past, but I'm just saying now more women are doing it. They're trying it, they're discovering it, and it's so easy. It's so much easier to access it, like to get a home studio, to find someone who records. Like it's just more available now, and people are starting younger too. Like you know what I mean? It's just way easier to tap in, I think, and especially like promoting yourself. Like you can start a TikTok today and make your first song today, and like just go like that, you know? I think it's just the age we're in right now, that it's so much easier that, say, like, if those things weren't available, maybe it wouldn't have been an option or an idea, you know? So I think that is a big reason. And I think that women are starting to talk about doper. You know, like women are getting doper at it. You know what I mean? Like especially because I feel like when you have struggle and pain, like a story of struggle and pain, you have more to rap about. And I think women got a lot to say. You know what I mean? For sure.
How'd you come up with the name Krystall Poppin?
So my name was a nickname given to me before I even made music. Like one of my friends just kind of called me Krystall Poppin because I was always like dressing up, going out, like, you know, out in the club, out in, you know, out the bars.
Yes.
Every time he'd see me, he'd be like, "Oh, you Krystall Poppin," you know what I mean? Like he just kind of like told me that. Yeah. And that's the name I chose when I finally did make music. I was like, "Oh, I'm Krystall Poppin." Like it just felt right. It just kind of like everything just kind of like came together easily.
Yeah. You know? And before music, my bad, I should ask this at the beginning, but I'll just be going off in my head. So before the music, were you like playing sports or anything? Or like what kind of led into...
Before the music, I was really lost trying to figure it out, you know, like I had dropped out. I went to college for like 2 years or something like that, and I dropped out because I couldn't really figure out what I wanted to do. I was getting into debt and a lot of stuff was happening like that, and I wasn't motivated. So then when I dropped out, I've never been one to just sit on my, you know what I mean? And like, I'm one to like go get it, hustle. Like I've always been a hustler. Like I got my first job at 14. You know what I mean? I got a grocery store. I wasn't even supposed to be working at 14. Like I made that. I got hired, you know? But all that to just say, like, I've never been one to just sit around and like let life pass me by. So I was like, I need to do something no matter what. And I was like, I think if I went to beauty school, then I would always be able to make money no matter where I'm at. You know what I mean? Any situation, I can cut someone's hair, like I can braid someone's hair, I can do something like that. So I decided to go to beauty school, and I want to say it was like halfway. I went to beauty school for a year, and like 6 months in, I think that's when I made my first song. Like it just kind of like all happened and stuff. And then while I was in beauty school, that's when I was discovering one of my first producers found me. His name's Cass. Like he got me in his studio, and then like I started recording. And then the tips I would make in beauty school, I was like using that money to pay for studio, and like it was just kind of like happening at the same time.
So did you go to New Mexico State and then beauty school, and then that's when music?
So technically, I went to New Mexico State first, like right out of high school, and then I left there because the commute was crazy. I was going back and forth from El Paso to Las Cruces. Yeah. So then I transferred to UTEP, and I went to UTEP for a little bit, and then something happened with my financial aid, so I had to drop out. Yeah. And then right there, I was just like a couple months, like trying to be like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I'm just going to get a job and like, you know what I mean? Like do this, do that. And, that's when my sister started going to beauty school, and she'd just come home and talk about it. Like, she's like, you should do this. You should do this. And I was thinking about it. And then one day I was like, you know what? I'm going to go talk to them and see what's up. I tapped in, and now I ended up, I enrolled.
That's dope.
You know, and I got my license. I still have it now. Yeah. Like, it's something like I always keep up to date and stuff because I put in my time for that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and now no matter what, like, I can open up a salon. I can work at a salon. I can make money somehow, you know? Like, I have a trade.
That's dope. That's dope. Did you have a pretty good relationship with your parents growing up, like your family life?
Yeah, so my dad passed away when I was 5.
My condolences.
It's okay. It's something I talk a lot about in the music, for sure. But then my mom, like, she was really young, raising 4 kids, you know what I mean? So she was like, we were like kind of growing up with her. And after we started getting older and we kind of like started wilding out, like me and my sisters, you know, we were partying, going out and stuff like that. It was like my grandma was also helping to raise us, like, and I know like she struggled a lot with us, and she, you know, it was really hard for her too. And just like, I think there was a lot of time in my early years that like it was a lot of butting heads. I lived in one home with a bunch of like my aunts and my sisters, and like, you know, it was a bunch of people in the house, so we were always like, you know, on top of each other and everything. So it was very like hectic all the time. There was a lot of love, always, forever. The food especially has been like the heart of my family. Like, it's all about food and stuff, and cooking and everything. And we always had dinner together. I remember, no matter what, even if I knew like we were gonna have dinner tonight and I'm gonna get in trouble because I got in trouble at school, you know, or something like that. Yeah, like I was disciplined a lot. But I think now that I'm an adult, I think my whole family, including my mom, like we all got way closer for sure. And like now we're kind of like women, like, you know, like we watch out for each other and stuff. And I think like we got a lot closer, me and my sisters, my brother too, you know.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Was El Paso pretty similar, or I don't want to say similar, but just did it have a lot of the same struggles or, you know, issues in the streets, and you know what I'm saying, that like any other major city would, you would say, or was it pretty like chill, or
I mean,
how would you describe the culture overall?
The culture there is like when my parents were growing up, it was a lot of like gang banging, riots in the schools. Like my mom and my dad were going to Austin High School, and then they were like rioting with other schools and like just like races, fighting each other and stuff. And it was way more hectic in their times. And then me being raised by her, you know what I mean? It was kind of like, I grew up really fast, you know what I mean? And because of that, I started just kind of like, once I hit high school, I was doing whatever I wanted. You know what I mean? I was like running around. I ended up getting a car. I was like going to parties and raves all the time, you know what I mean? Just
raves and stuff?
Yeah, bro. I started selling pills at raves. Like, it was just like, you know, I was partying all the time. I would sleep in my car, like, crazy.
I was like some teenage.
You know what I mean? But El Paso's a good city, man. Like, it is. Like, it wasn't. Also, like we're a border town,
right?
And across from us is Juarez, and over there was a long period of time where it was dangerous over there. You know what I mean? A lot of crazy shit was happening over there. So,
would you go over there a lot, or was that?
When I was young, when I was really young, we were going, and then like it started getting bad. So then we just stopped going, and then now I'm trying to visit more. Like now as an adult.
I'm just curious because I've never been. Is it like way different? Like, does the border like really make a huge difference, or are they pretty similar cities? Like,
I mean, there's a lot of blended culture on both sides, I want to say, but like Juarez has its own thing, El Paso has its own thing for sure. I think Juarez is a beautiful city. Like, it's just full of people, culture. Like, it has its vibe. And you know you're in Mexico when you're over there. You know, it feels totally different.
So Okay, getting back into more of the music stuff. If you could give like one piece of advice to a young girl, you know, a young lady in Colorado, Texas, you know, to trying to get where you are, or, you know, looking up to you, what would you say?
I would say work hard on your craft and getting better at it. That's very important. Because if you work hard just on getting your clout, getting followers, and you're not focusing on the music, the followers won't stay, and it won't, and it won't last. So you need a good product, and you need to get good. And that's what I focused on early on. I was like, I really, really studied a lot. I really made sure that I, you know, learned how to control my voice. I even learned how to record myself. That way I can keep recording when no one was around. You know? Like, I really honed in on my craft and making sure that I was good at what I wanted to do. I think that's so important. A lot of people don't pay attention to that.
Right.
Especially for women. Like, you guys need to, like, when I step in a room, everyone watches me because I have to be better than the guys. I have to. Or it's way more pressure.
Because they're going to automatically be like, nah, she ain't got it. So,
some people don't give me a chance simply because I'm a woman. No matter if they haven't even heard one song from me. Like, it's just like, nah, I don't want to listen because she's a girl, you know? And that sucks. But I've learned to
you broke through a lot of those barriers for sure.
I did. I broke through a lot of barriers, and I feel like I have a lot more to do, and I have a lot more coming. But I am actually very proud of what I have done so far. But there's still more. There's always more. There's always more, and that's another thing I think artists should know is like, I feel like sometimes when artists hit the scene, they get a little they start bubbling and they start getting comfortable. That's the time you gotta strike harder. You know what I mean? You gotta go harder, always.
I think that's a good point, because you see a lot of artists, especially in the new social media era. It's like, okay, I'm gonna just do all this viral stuff, and like, you'll get quick clout, but like you said, they'll fall off so quick, or just, you know, building that longevity, I feel like is so important. Even in the blogging space, I feel like, you know, you gotta mess around a little bit, do some clash, but if you overdo it, like you'll you know, you're not going to have that longevity and that respect, you know what I'm saying? You just get quick followers and it's like, well,
yeah, and then followers that don't listen to your songs when you put them out, they don't go to your concerts and pay for tickets and buy merch. Like, you're not actually making money off of these people who were just following you off a viral clip. Like, sometimes you will, you know what I mean? Some people know how to make that work.
Yeah, and you don't want to not do it at all.
Right.
You got to do that to a certain extent.
And that's just that's the day and age we're in. You have to be online. You have to post. You have to make content. You have to get it out there and be consistent with it. Consistency is another thing too. Like, with content, you have to be consistent now. Like, that's what it is.
I wanted to ask, what's like the big, like, difference between when you first started versus now, as far as like just the game in general, hip hop game?
When I first started, it wasn't so easy. Like, these apps, and it wasn't so easy like that. You know what I mean? It was really like, when I first started rapping, it was like Facebook was popping. You know what I mean? Like, Instagram, I don't even think was like really popping like that. And I feel like I had to really forge a path for myself, and it was a lot harder, and it was more of a person-to-person thing, and like every follow and making sure that they knew I made music, and you know, it was a lot more footwork, I think. But now it's so cool because like you can bypass a lot of that and just go straight to the internet and like find people. If you know how to work it and make connections, like, you can really make it happen now with a couple apps.
Right. Who would you, if you had like a dream collab, like, we'll go a Texas artist and then in general, like, whoever, who would that be? Because, I mean, you got a deep catalog, so you've already been working like Paul Wall, stuff like that, but
I really want to work with that Mexican OT.
Okay.
I think a lot of people ask for it. I think we would make a banging song. I think it would be really, really cool. So I really want to work with OT right now, out of Texas. Another one is Big X a plug. Okay. Like, I'm a fan. I'm a big fan of Big X. Like, I'm sorry, he's on my top 5 as well. But like, Big X is fly. I love him. I've opened up for him, and he's always super cool. And so those are my dream collabs for Texas right now. And anyone else, just like my GOAT is Lil Wayne, so I want to work with Lil Wayne.
I think I've seen you doing some like samples and free mixes.
Yeah. Lil Wayne for sure. Nicki Minaj, of course. I study her a lot. I look up to her. I think Nicki Minaj is also my female GOAT. That's a big dream collab of mine. And I also want to work with artists like some of the Latinas in the space, like Becky G. I want to work with Jessie Reyes, Young Miko, people like that, like to show like Latin unity. Yeah. Other artists that I can think. Let's see. Russ would be cool. I think we can make a band. He made a song with Bia that I really like, and I think me and him could go really good together. I think,
so you bring up the Latin unity, and I feel like, I don't think there's really been touching, but I feel like people in hip hop are always like, oh, California Latin rappers versus Texas Latin rappers. What's your overall opinion on that subject?
I mean, I don't think we have enough artists to be pitting us against each other. I think if you put all the Latin rappers in one list and all the other rappers of every kind on a list, like we're getting like our asses kicked, you know what I mean? Like, as far as numbers.
Like, are you saying Latin in general versus just other races or ethnicities?
Yeah, for sure. I think like we're not there yet to be going against each other. You know, like, we need to collaborate. We need to work together. We need to unify. We need to be bigger. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's what I think.
Were you on the Food Community Top 50 list?
I've been on them before. Yeah.
What do you think about lists? Do you think they're good for hip hop?
I mean, they get the conversation going. I think it also inspires people who aren't on the list to like want to work harder and, you know, get noticed and stuff. They're cool. I've been on them. I haven't been on them, but I think it is someone's opinion. You know what I mean? Like one or couple people's opinion. Yeah. And I think that you shouldn't let a list be like, oh, like, let that, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, being on it, getting in your head, getting it to your head, getting to your head. Yeah. Or, not being on it and just being discouraged and just, like, getting all depressed about it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is just someone's opinion. Right. You know? Yeah, use it for motivation. Yeah. That's good. Definitely. Who would you say are, like, the top female Latin artists out of Texas right now? Or, I don't know too many, honestly. I mean, I'm gonna say out of Texas, it's me for sure. You know what I mean? I think everyone else needs to work harder. I respect it. Okay. You just dropped Morningside Heights. It charted number 16. Did it end up going higher? I just seen it. 16 was the highest that I saw it go. That's dope. What was what was that feeling like? Was that the highest you've charted so far? Yeah, okay. Yeah. That was definitely the highest. I thought it was gonna cap out at, I think I saw it at 40 something, 30 something, and it kept going. So it was really cool to see 16. Okay. You know? What is the one song or video you feel like people need to go watch right now? If someone's just getting introduced to your music, you're like, yeah, this one. I would say go see Champions first, because it's gonna show you like my ability to make a dope song, something that you can bump in the club, something fun. It gets my shows lit. It's the song I walk out to, so it's like always like it sets the tone. It's got Paul Wall on it, and you can see like my ability to collaborate. I feel like it could go mainstream. It's a very mainstream feel. Cause that's my go-to. Like I want to get on the radio, or I want to get on like these playlists. I want to like be someone mainstream for sure. Like I have no shame in that. Yeah. You know? I noticed that too, because a lot of your music, it was more, and not in a bad way, I was getting like kind of pop radio vibes and stuff, which is good, because I was like, okay, this could really go. And I think that's why I really wanted to do the interview too, because I was like, okay, she really could go mainstream. Like, you already pretty much, from a Colorado perspective, you already are, but like, national perspective, I'm like, yeah, she could go crazy she keeps going with this sound, you know what I'm saying? So I see it. And also, I think one of the songs you were speaking Spanish too. So do you like trying that as well? Like, you know, being versatile and stuff like that. Yeah, I think since I started making music, I always wanted to try everything, just because I feel like I'm a creative person, you know? Mm-hmm. I never felt like, oh, I can only do this and this is what I gotta stick to. You know, I'm always like, what can I experiment with? Like, what if we try these instruments and these sounds? You know, like I'm always searching for something new, and I never get comfortable in the sound, you know? So that's how I feel about that. Like, I love to experiment. I love to like find different things. I also feel like I haven't fully found my sound yet, because I'm always trying new things, which is good, because I feel like I'm getting closer every time. Yeah. And I just know that once I really like find that, like, oh, like we found it, like this is it, this is dope, like that's gonna be really cool, you know? Hell yeah. One of the, you know, biggest Latin artists right now, Lefty Gunplay, I seen you took a photo with him. Yeah. Do y'all drop music, or is it on the way? Or we made a song together already, and it should be, I'm not sure when it'll come out, but they have it on their side. Okay, so whenever that comes out. Yeah. And then I seen Shaq shout you out. Oh yeah. I just tap in with Shaq. So my manager Smooth Vega, he works with Shaq on some stuff, and he had put, I don't know how he got Shaq on my radar, or me on Shaq's radar, but he ended up following me. Shaq ended up following me, and then I was like, oh, like maybe he saw my manager repost something with me or something like that. Right. And then like he hit the DM, just like, hey, you're dope, and I saw Shaq's DM. Yeah, Shaq. The big diesel. You know? So I was just like, you know, paying homage, letting him know, like, thank you. I appreciate, you know, that I appreciate your feedback. And then, when I started, talking about the big boys online. Yeah, and then he was just like, oh yeah, you like the big boys, you know what I mean? Just kind of like, you know, showing love and stuff. And then I made my song Biggie, and he liked it, you know. And then we ended up like doing a video together, you know.
Was is that your latest single, Biggie, or?
Well, it's on the album.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay, but so recent drop. But
yeah.
No, it just seemed like that's what I've been seeing you pushing a lot.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. And then last night, I think you had previewed some music with Be Real.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, me and Be Real got a song on the album. It's called Smoke. And that one was really cool for me because I listened to Cypress Hill like my whole life. Yeah. And that was a really cool, just like full circle moment where me and him worked together.
Okay. And then you've also opened for Ice Cube. I see.
Yeah. That one was really cool because I got to meet Ice Cube, you know, just like, that was fire. And every show that I opened for, the fans really like responded well to it, and to this day there's people that listen to my music that found me from those shows. Like they'll mention it all the time in the comments, like, hell yeah, I love this one. I still remember seeing you open for Ice Cube in El Paso or like in these other cities that I was at.
Yeah.
And, like I got a lot of fans from that tour.
That's dope. I know I kind of asked like as far as who's the top female Latin artist, but like, are there any in Cali or Texas that you want to work with, or like that you see coming up? You're like, okay, I see the potential there.
I mean, I would love to work with Snow the Product for sure. I think we would make a dope song together. You know what I mean? Like, just like, yeah, for sure. I think it's something that the culture would benefit from. I think it's something that would be like women empowering and showing, you know what I mean? Like some dope Latina female rappers like working together. I think it'd be super sick.
I don't really be knowing what's going on. I'm gonna just ask though, but one I've been seeing popping about Texas recently is P Killer. Like,
oh yeah, P Killer, yeah.
Would you work with her? Or
yeah, we actually already worked together, but I think something happened on her end where like the song had to get taken down. I'm not sure really what happened. But we had a song together and it was out for a little while.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I think that'd be
yeah,
dope.
P Killer is super sick. Like so this is the thing about P Killer, and I want everyone to learn from this, is that she had just hit the scene one day and then right away she hit my DM showing love. Like, yo, KP, like, I love everything you're doing, blah, blah, blah. She's just showing love.
Right.
And just like, that rarely happens. Like, honestly, that almost never happens for someone to like barely hit the scene and to show love to those who have been there. Like, that's something that I appreciated of her. And it was something that I was like, I don't know if she just did it out of like her heart or someone told her that, or I really genuinely feel like she was just like, I want to show love to someone who's been doing it. And that went a long way with me, you know, like I don't like, no one ever does that. And so now she's someone that I'm always going to support, you know?
Yeah. And I mean, Austin is, I feel like, because I think that's where she's from. I think it might be a little bigger than El Paso, but I feel like you don't hear too much out of Austin either. So I think it's dope that y'all two kind of coming out of these, you know, like quote unquote lesser known compared to like Dallas and Houston.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out P Killer. She's dope.
Okay, I'm gonna ask a couple quick pick ones.
Okay.
The Cowboys or Houston Texans?
Houston Texans.
Okay. Mavericks, Spurs, or Rockets? Are you big on sports or not?
I'm not like big, but I know the punishment when you say the wrong thing. You know what I mean? I like the Rockets.
Like the Rockets?
Yeah.
Okay. Astros or Rangers?
Astros.
Dak Prescott or Tony Romo?
Romo.
He's Hispanic, so I can see it.
Oh, shit. Okay. I didn't even know that.
No, yeah. Dirk or Tim Duncan? Dirk Nowitzki or Tim Duncan?
I don't know that.
Don't know? Okay. Threw you on the spot. Are there any Colorado artists you want to collab with, or has anyone caught your eye? Have you tuned in the scene? I know you.
I need to tap in. I know there were some people who opened up for me that I really want to go listen to their catalog and see what's up. Someone got a feature from me that's from here, so I will actually.
Ray G,
I will be working with Colorado artists next, and I want to hear more.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. I want to see what's up with all these other markets.
Right. That's smart. When you're performing outside of Texas, does it feel like different? And what's the energy like here in Colorado compared to back home?
Yeah, I think every city, every different city has its different vibe, you know, and Colorado, I feel like the diversity, I wasn't expecting it. I just didn't know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love the diversity out here. It's a mix of all kinds of different people. So it's definitely a place that I enjoy being, and I want to be here more.
Yeah.
When I'm in Cali has its own vibe, you know, and I've tapped in over there several times, like a lot. So I know how to move out there and stuff. I actually lived there for 1 year during my time. You know?
Oh, okay.
I'm a Texas girl, so I had to move back.
Yeah, gotta go back.
But Cali, like, I got a lot of love for Cali and everything I'm able to do out there when I'm out there. I've even done shows like in like Oklahoma, and they were really good. Middle, like these like Midwest.
They say it's not the Midwest, but it is. I feel like it's a Midwest.
Yeah, for sure. Kansas. Yeah. I've tapped in with Kansas, and it's cool. I like being. I've tapped in with New York. New York was a cool vibe. Like just being outside of Texas is cool. But in general, I feel like as long as I'm just like doing what I do and tapping in with people, showing love, like usually show love back.
Who are like some of the top cities in your like monthly listeners? Like outside of Texas, I'm sure Texas is up there. But...
Yeah, no, dude. Like LA is a big one on my top cities. It's cool. I get San Antonio. I get. I used to be out in Atlanta a lot. They're not on my top no more, but they were. Atlanta used to be like a big one for me. Where am I seeing other places? It's a lot of like, I'm gonna say, it was like a random saying that shit.
Is Colorado like any of the cities some near the top at all? Or?
They haven't been on like my top cities, but I'm hoping like that we could change that.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm sure it will, especially if you keep coming out here and working and stuff.
Yeah, especially seeing last night, like I had the listeners that came and bought a ticket to be there.
Yeah. I'm
like, oh, like we need to be here.
I liked how you were getting very like intimate with the fans in a way, you know, just very like you were connecting with them. Like, you weren't acting like too cool or nothing like that. Which was cool.
Nah, man. I think like
you kind of got to a certain extent, but like you don't want to do that too much.
Right? Yeah. There's a balance for sure, and there's definitely artists who just like it's too cool all the time, and it's boom. It's like I look like I didn't want to be here. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I just don't. I don't relate to that. I feel like I need to let everyone know, like, I'm thankful that they're there, you know, and not overdoing it. Definitely, you know, keeping it where it's like, I'm here to entertain, you know what I mean? Like, enjoy the show. I'm giving you a show.
Yeah.
But never like, I cannot speak to y'all after this or like bougie or nothing like that. Like, that's never been me. Ever, you know, so I've never been like one to just not treat people well, especially people who are showing love to my music.
Right.
You know?
Oh, that's real. Okay. Do you got anything upcoming for the people to, you know, upcoming projects, singles, videos, shows, tours, anything for the people to be on the lookout for?
Yeah. So since my album Morningside Heights just dropped, but I'm booking a lot of shows right now. I'm really hoping to really put together my tour, like my Krystall Poppin tour. I've never gone on like my solo tour. I always jump on other people's tours and other people's shows, but I've never done my tour. And I feel like this album's gonna help me do that. So keep an eye out for the tour. And I hope it's more shows like that, like last night, you know what I mean? Like where it's just like every single person in the room is like locked in with me, you know? And like I'm just feeding off the energy. Like those are the best shows, bro. I have so much fun at them. And I love performing, obviously, you know? Like I love being up there and just like showing y'all what I made, you know? And just like for people to sing my lyrics to me is crazy.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Like I love that. So yeah, more shows, and for sure I'm gonna do more freestyles, like coming off You know, now that the album's out, I'll be doing more like freestyles off, you know, beats and stuff. More content for the album. And then I really want to drop another album as soon as possible.
Hell yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, I think, you know, I first started hearing about you like a year or two ago. And when I really started diving into more like the Latin hip hop scene, because it's getting pretty big out here. Before I was kind of more asleep. Now I'm like, okay. And like, whenever people talk about, especially like female Latin rappers out of Texas, like I feel like your name is usually brought up first.
Oh shit!
If not first, definitely like one of the first, like all the time.
Yeah,
so, yeah, I mean,
that's what's up.
Keep going.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm working hard, definitely putting in the hours, earning my stripes, and like again, like this is what I do. You know, like I do this every single day, all day, and I love the fact that it is the thing that feeds me. You know what I mean? And so just because of that, just know that I'm taking this super seriously, and I'm determined to give the world an amazing product, no matter what it is. So tap in, come listen to that. Start at the album. Like the album is like the point where I'm at right now. Listen to the album in order. And yeah, like just keep an eye out, because I'm not gonna stop anytime soon.
Yeah. Where can people follow you on everything? Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff.
You guys can follow me at Krystall Poppin, Krystall Poppin. Instagram, TikTok. Subscribe to my YouTube for sure, especially if you really want to talk to me one-on-one. I go live every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Mountain Time on YouTube. So I have a community on there, and you guys can join the community and just, you know, tap in, really get to know me. Keep streaming the album. Yeah.
That's dope.
I'm back soon.
Can I get a shout out for Mile High Minute one time?
Yeah. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Krystall Poppin. Shout out to Mile High Minute, and our interview will be out soon.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Comment down below, you know, your favorite Krystall Poppin song. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell button to stay notified when all latest news drops. Mile High Minute, #1 blog in the universe. We out. Appreciate you.